Welcome everybody in the land of YouTube. My name is Lurk96 and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be making a video about my current collection I got at G-Fest. So for those of you who didn't watch the last video, I just recently went to G-Fest, which was like this past weekend, and I had a good old time. I got to go with my cousins because it was because I didn't plan on going, but they were generous enough to take me along because I don't really know, but they were just generous enough. And yeah, so I managed to collect a couple of fun things that I haven't had in my collection yet, and a lot of it is actually stuff I did not think I'd be getting at all. Like, I only had one thing in mind, and that thing wasn't even there. At least the version I was looking for, so yeah, that was a bummer, but I still got a bunch of things, so let me show you guys all those things. Alright, so first off, the first thing I got in the dealer's room was something I just saw, like, out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, I wonder how cheap this guy is, because, I'm a fan of the, this guy's monsters, well, the Gamera monsters, I'll just say that, and at least, the show, Gamera monsters, I find them so fun, even though they're ridiculous and cheesy as hell. But, so I saw this one, and I was curious to see how cheap it was, and it was only 20 bucks, so I was like, you know what, this is a steal, I'm just gonna get it right now, because most of the time I just see this going for like 30 and up, so might as well get him now. And that guy is Gyrus, from the, from Gamera vs. Gyrus, and from the Gamera Memorial Box. So yeah, this is the 6-inch version, not the 8-inch version that came out beforehand. And yeah, overall, he's a really cool figure, detail-wise and everything. And I'm just glad I got him, and I did get him with this card to show that he is from the Memorial Box set. So yeah, that's just the first thing I got. And this is going to be the second time I've actually used this camera, so I gotta get used to it, because I'm so used to using my crappy old iPod. Okay, so the second thing I got isn't a figure, but it's the only Godzilla-related thing I actually got. Everything else is like Gamera or Ultraman or completely different. But when it comes to the Godzilla movies, I was only missing one in the Showa era, and that one, sadly, is one of the few that has, like, gone out of print within the past years. But luckily they just got reprinted, by a company called, Kraken Releasing. They just recently put these on DVD and Blu-ray again, so I found this at G-Fest, and I wanted to quickly get it before, it goes up or whatnot, or just leaves. And that is Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster, or Godzilla vs. Hedorah. So yeah, I found this for like $15 at the movie stand where I bought Godzilla vs. Gigan last time, so, I was like, you know what, I kind of want to get this now, so that way I have at least all of the Showa films in some sort of format, even if it is really crappy. But yeah, but I did watch this movie today, just to see how good the quality was, and this is a really nice looking transfer from the film to Blu-ray, so I highly recommend these Blu-rays, because I actually got to watch it, and it is really good. So I'm just gonna, like, lay this down here, because I don't really have much room, because I'm gonna have some more figures that are probably gonna take up a heck of a lot more room, so yeah. Alright, next up is a figure that I didn't even know exists, because I haven't really been staying on top of Ultraman or the figures that have been coming out. All I know is that they've, like, stopped making the 6 inches recently, and they're doing, like, these little 5-inch mini, the 500 series or whatever. But my cousin told me about this guy, and someone was selling him for $20, so I was like, yeah, I'll definitely get that. That's a really good deal for this kind of figure. And that is the 8-inch Tyrant from the Ultraman Genga line, which is a new Ultraman that I don't even know anything about because I haven't been staying on top of Ultraman recently. But yeah, this is a really, really cool figure because, you know, Tyrant is one of those figures that I've been really hesitant to get because all there really has been is that very common, like, blue Tyrant that, you know, doesn't have his hook shot, and the blade is incorrect, and it just isn't, like, super tall or whatever. But this version is, like, has a really good paint job. It has really cool scaling because it's 8 inches, so it, like, scales up nicely with Ultraman. And overall, just a really awesome figure, so... yeah, I was glad to pick this guy up, and I did get his tag. Yeah. So he was only, like, 20 bucks, which was pretty sweet. Okay, so, the next guy I got is another Ultraman monster. And this was one I knew about, but, you know, I've never really seen what this guy was involved in, but he is a form of my favorite Ultra Kaiju, so I had to pick him up. And that was Earth Gomora from this video game series I don't know about. Yeah. But I saw him as $20 from the same seller as this guy from the Tyrant. And, you know, I was like, why not get him? He's just this really funky-looking Gomora that I usually see go for like 40 bucks or something. And he is 8 inches, but is just like super hunched. So, yeah, but, yeah, it was a pretty cool grab because, you know, I didn't really know much about him, and I figured, why not? I like Gomora, and I think this figure looked cool. And he did come with some funky cards too. This was like what this game card came in, was this thingy, and yeah. And the game card itself is just like, I'm guessing some form of Death Rem, as it looks like, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna run out of room really quickly because I'm in a different room. And I gotta find a good way to record from now on, especially if I'm gonna be doing a lot more reviews soon. So yeah. Okay, so the next figure I got goes along with this guy. And it was a figure that I, you know, well, for the most part, this is all I thought I was gonna get at G-Fest, because for a good, like, 10 minutes walking around in the deal room, I could not find anything that I really wanted to get that wouldn't be some ridiculous price. And I was like, oh man, I didn't want to walk away with just these 4 things, so I kept looking and looking, and I finally came across this one table that was selling this certain figure, and I eventually asked, and it was only $20 as well. So I was like, huh, you know what, I'll get it then, because usually I see this guy go for 30 and up, like how he does. And that figure was the 6-inch Virus, also from the Gamera Memorial Box, with his tag. So yeah, again, you know, I just saw this guy and I was like, you know, since I already have Gyrus and I have Gauss and I have Barugon, why not continue with the Gamera Memorial Box collection I'm building up? And yeah, he's overall a pretty sweet figure, though mine kind of has a weird standing issue. Let me actually pull my camera back a little bit. There we go. And so I don't know if this card's gonna nope, good. Okay, so then the next figure also is from the same Memorial Box set. And if you know what I've counted down and you know what's in the set, then that can mean it's only one of 2 things. It's either another Gamera figure or the super sought-after other guy who's a Gamera villain from that era. And is probably one of the more well-known other than Gauss, because he's just so ridiculous looking. And his movie that he's in is so ridiculous. But anyway, I saw him at the same table as this guy, and he was being sold for 40 bucks. And at first I was kind of hesitant because I didn't know if I really wanted to spend that much on this guy. But I eventually talked myself into it because I'm like, I've never seen this guy anywhere else before, not even on eBay. All I've ever seen is the 8-inch version at the last G-Fest. So I was like, screw it, I'm going to get this guy because I'm never probably going to find him again. And that was the 6-inch Guiron from the Memorial Box set. And from Gamera vs. Guiron. So yeah, this weird guy is something that I know is pretty dang rare, and if you ever do find him, he's usually some ridiculous price. And he did come with his tag, if you were wondering. So yeah, I was just surprised to see him, and I was kind of iffy at first. I'm like, is this like a legitimate thing? And so far as I tell, he does have his stamps on his feet, and he did come with his card, so I assume it's pretty legitimate that this is from the Memorial Box set. Because all I ever seen people have is the 8-inch version, so yeah, I was just surprised to only find them for 40 bucks. And pretty happy to find them anyway, because now all I'm missing is one figure from the Memorial Box set, which is Gamera himself, the black version. So if I can find that, that'd be pretty freaking sweet, because then I'd have all of the Memorial Box. Okay, and for the last figure I got is something that's completely not related to anything kaiju. It's just something I picked up with the remainder of the money I pretty much had. And I'm a fan of this series, and, you know, it was only like $35, and normally when I'd look, I think this guy was like way higher than that. But I guess his certain figure has like dropped in prices recently, so that's probably why he was so cheap there, but whatever. And that was the SH Figure Art Goku. Yeah, I only found him for like $35, and I figured why not. I like Dragon Ball Z. I've gotten myself into the series now, and I kind of have wanted to get like some sort of figure art figure, and so far this is a pretty sweet figure. And mine's not, like, broken or anything, so yeah, and he did come with his pretty big box, which includes some accessory parts and everything. And yeah, so I'm just going to put that in the background, behind these guys. And I'll just put Goku right here, blocking Gomora's face. So yeah, that is everything I ended up picking up at G-Fest. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit smaller than what I got last time, and I really didn't get anything Godzilla related, but I'm mainly happy that I was just able to get a lot more of the Gamera monsters, because, you know, I have a soft spot for the Gamera monsters. I don't know why, I just find them so interesting. I can't describe why. And getting Tyrant is pretty sweet, along with Earth, Gomora, and, you know, I don't have any Dragon Ball figures, so, you know, it's pretty cool to get Super Saiyan Goku. So yeah, that's everything I got at G-Fest this year. To recap, I got Gyrus, the 6-inch version. I got the 8-inch Tyrant from the new Genga line. I got Earth Gomora from some video game character line, I don't know what it is. I got Virus from the 6-inch version from the Memorial Box. The 6-inch version of Guiron. Oh, I got the Blu-ray of Godzilla vs. Hedorah. And I got the SH figure art of Super Saiyan Goku. So yeah, expect a review of these guys eventually. But first, I am probably going to be doing a collection update for some of the stuff I've gotten over the past year that I haven't talked about at all. And, yeah, so expect that video next. And then after that, I'll be getting to reviews and whatnot, so. Oh, and also, ask me if you guys want to see a review of the Super Saiyan Goku, because as of right now, I don't really care if I review him, because I know he's not, like, kaiju related at all. So if you guys do want to see him, you can let me know. Otherwise, I probably won't review him, but yeah, I'm just curious, because I will review all these other guys, but not the movie, because I don't review movies right now. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later.